Ho, ho, ho! And today I am joined once again by my fabulous guest, Mr. Kristmas from Valpal. How are you doing?
I am very well, thank you, David. Lovely to be with you today. Not so much tinsel around my neck or a nice Christmas hat. If you'd have told me, I'd have definitely done something for you.
You know what? I wanted to out Christmas you. Just for
Well, you
once.
succeeded. Congratulations. You win 1-0.
Well, we're going to talk about what Valpal have got in their Advent deal today, because I think it's dead interesting. You and I were having a chat off camera just about what's happening in the marketplace and how agents are reacting to perhaps a change in the climate in terms of what they have to do next. And we spoke about people being more curious in terms of, vendors, potential vendors, people who are looking at selling. There's a lot of thinking going on out there about where we're all up to. And one of those discussions is, well, what's my house worth in all of this? And I think that's a question that you guys answer so well.
Absolutely. And look, we know year on year as well that from people like Rightmove that the Boxing Day and around Christmas, the web traffic peaks, the curiosity peaks at that point. And I don't see that being any different now. I think what you've got at the moment, it's a tougher market, slightly shrunken market, but that interest is still there. And it will be there this year as well. What you're not getting right now, which is why it's more difficult to get instructions on, is because we've said this off air, that it's people just aren't making the decisions now, because there is a thing in front of us, which is Christmas, and people are going to make that decision later. But that doesn't and shouldn't stop agents from prospecting and getting their sales prospecting funnel nice and healthy for the beginning of the next year.
In many ways, and when there's that sort of change in the market, there can be no better time to prospect than then, because people have naturally got questions about what their house is worth. So if there's a sense out there that if you do believe in the doom and gloom, or you're reading those headlines, they're affecting you, you're going to want to try and realize the value in your property before anything happens in the market, whether it drops or whether there's a slight correction. So I think there's lots and lots of questions that are being asked by homeowners that agents should definitely be putting themselves out there in front of those homeowners and at least prompting them to be a little bit inquisitive about it and perhaps start to explore their options. And I can think of no better time to do it. Christmas always was a great time to sort of try and grab people's attention, but this year Christmas is there are going to be more sort of difficult conversations that people have and thoughts that they have, and I think that to be there at that time and be able to answer those questions is the name of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, I think 100%. I think 100% you're right. And there's going to be there's always activity, but I think this year there's different reasons for it. There's going to be the general curiosity. There's going to be some people that are concerned that might need to downsize or consider downsizing because their fixed rate mortgages are coming to an end. So they're going to there's lots of reasons why people are going to start looking at what the value of their property is, whether they're being kind of forced into it, or whether they are, there's a general just general interest that people have over the value of their property. But and you said it. I mean, it's this. You've got to get it out there. That's the thing. This isn't going to come to you unless you're lucky and have 10,000-20,000 visitors to your website every month. The valuation tool works, but you have to put it. Eyeballs need to see it. Because it
isn't going to come to you on its own. Even worse, it might be going to somebody else who is making the noise.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think you need to jump on that. It's absolutely true. Every single house move begins with a question, and that question is value. And I think that the agents should be there to give that info, stay in touch with those people. And in terms of prospecting, you don't get a better avenue of inquiry than that. And on that note, everybody, I'm going to hand over to Mr. Craig Ryle to tell us what is it that we're getting from you guys this year.
So what we've put into the Advent calendar this year is, as we said, the actual doing the prospecting is one of the hardest things. Facebook advertising is a proven concept of being able to do that. It's a low cost per acquisition. We know you still need to nurture those guys, right? But about data capture, it's one of the best ways to capture vendors and landlords. So our list price for that, which is £350 a month, what we're doing is we're reducing that down to £249 a month, throwing in the valuation tool, which is normally £99 a month, with no setup fee. And there's normally a £295 setup fee on the valuation tool. So you're getting everything for £249 a month. 12-month agreement with a 3-month break, right? So you're committing yourself to 3 months on that, so that people can take advantage, especially in this short, this period now, Christmas, January, February time, just to fill up your I was going to do a Christmas analogy there with
fill your stocking up.
Fill your stockings up with prospecting leads. Yeah, that's basically.
Craig is going to come around and stuff that turkey full of prospecting leads. That's what he's saying. I think it's essential that you have a plan for next year. Yeah. You cannot just approach it like everybody else and sort of wait and see. And you're going to feel better about everything if you're doing something. Yeah. And the very least you could do is take advantage of this offer. I think it is fantastic. It's great value. But more importantly, we know it works. And yeah. we know it works. It's been a consistent winner now for a good few years, probably more years than you want to even admit to. But it wins when you marry up that engine together with social media. If you get your messaging right, you've got leads to come into on January the 1st or 2nd, whenever it is you're getting back in.
Yeah, and just on another final note, one other thing that I would just say that people really need to think about is, think about the sales funnel and think about the different entry points into the sales funnel. What we're talking about here is Facebook leads, which is pretty much the top of the sales hopper, right? It's the first time that people make that initial inquiry. But also look at what you've got already, right? What have you got? What's your database look like? What are you doing with your database? Are you nurturing that database? And talk to us if you're not. Whether you're nurturing your database or not. We've just been pulling off some stats recently and about it works out to, roughly speaking, 20% of the Valpal leads that are generated will turn into instructions, but only a percentage of that is actually turned into instructions by the agent that got the inquiry in the first instance, right? So what I'm saying there is that sometimes there's maybe 10 to 15% of them will turn into business straight away, but the rest of them need a process. They need nurturing. Keep your brand in front of them. Put an automated nurturing system in place, and make you one of the 3 that they're going to go to get a market appraisal from.
That long game is always where the money's at, but more importantly, you're all sat on a goldmine of data, whether it's in your, as you said, your digital filing cabinet shoved away in your emails or your CRM somewhere, or it's actually in a filing cabinet. We've all got details of people that we could be talking to, that we could be nurturing, that we could be engaging with, and it's now more than ever that we're going to need to do that.
Yeah, and let's face it, that if you're not doing it, if you decide just to not do any marketing, not do any prospecting, then in 3 to 4 months' time, when you decide to do that, you've already lost. You're already scrambling, because the competition that did are in a much better position, won market share by that stage, and you're scrambling. So it's really important to make sure you keep on your A game now.
More chimney pots than Santa. That's what he's promising you this year. If you get on the deal early. Craig, tell me, what is your favourite Christmas song? I don't expect you to sing it.
No, thank God for that. It's got to be Mariah Carey, and it's got to be a bit of Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey.
And I'm not going to sing it for you.
Oh, okay. All right, fine. And is there a Christmas classic film that you watch in the Vile household?
There is, and it's Elf, 100% Elf. That
It doesn't
always
get more
comes out.
Christmas than that.
Gotta be Elf. Has to be.
And given that your diet and your body's a temple anyway, but let's just say the diet can wait till January. What is it that you overindulge on over Christmas? What's your go-to?
Yeah, easy. That's easy. That's the leftover cold turkey stuffing and cold roast potato sandwiches.
Okay, guys. So you know what to get Craig for Christmas this year. On
Leftovers.
Boxing Day, turn up at his house with all your leftovers. It's gone. I guarantee you. Craig, it's lovely to catch up with you again. Thank you for everything that you continue to do for agents all year round, not just at Christmas. And a Merry Christmas to you all there.
And to you. Thank you very much indeed. And thank you, everybody else.